Good morning, Dallas Stars hockey fans. This is probably going to be one of the most frustrating, emotional podcasts I've done since I've started this YouTube channel. All I have to say about last night's game is just how incredibly sad I am. I don't really know if Rope Hens would have made that big of a difference. I know that the puck possession would have probably been a lot stronger because of his ability to win faceoffs. Bischel's size, I'm sure, would have helped a bit. But as I watched that game, I know a lot of fans here are probably not going to understand or believe what I'm about to say. The score was horrible. But as the game went on, we were throwing pucks to the net left and right. We were creating chances left and right. But that damn goaltender, that's the best thing I can say. I'm not making excuses for the loss. I'm just stating the fact that Connor Hellebuyck, that man's a freak. Because I watched that, and there were several opportunities in that game that I thought, oh, we're going to get one here. Oh, we're going to get one here. But when that man is on, he's on. And right now, I don't know what to say about Otter except for someone get him to the clinical psychiatrist in the organization. I know y'all have one because there's something going on up in here. I still believe that Jake Ottinger's a really good goaltender, but he's also human, and something's going on up here between these two ears. And we're getting very close to the playoffs, and we need to have a mentally sound Jake Otter. And I think right now, unfortunately, the man's getting in his head a little bit. I mean, I know that Winnipeg is an awesome hockey team this year. I know that this, to me, I've said this a million times to my friends. The Winnipeg Jets are an anomaly right now. I've never seen this before. They've had good seasons. They've made the playoffs. They've choked in the playoffs. But this team doesn't look like it's going to back down. The one thing that I watched in the pregame, our records of like 13-7, we had mirror records of each other. Every time that we won a game, they won a game. It's a battle, and I really expected better last night, and unfortunately, Winnipeg showed that they were the better team last night. It's just they got a goaltender that not only are they talking about Vezina, which he will win it, Hellebuyck will win the Vezina this year, but I haven't heard this in like probably 20 years that they're even calling out there that he possibly could be put into conversation for the Hart Trophy. Look, I'm sorry for talking about Winnipeg this much on a Dallas Stars podcast. It's just I want the fans to know that we have to start really thinking about who we are and get back to some basic hockey stuff, because last night we were taken to task by a team that was better. I mean, the game in December that I was at, it was still early in the year, and we had a really good game against them and beat them. But we have 4 games against them, and the record's 2-1. We have one more homestand in the end of the season, and we're playing them like 2 days before the season's over, and that could be even a more crucial game than this one. I mean, I know we're a good hockey team, and we got to go play Colorado on Sunday. And Colorado is another team right now that is starting to gel. They did a great job too. I hear that there's a good chance we'll get Rope back then. But we're going to have to look at ourselves right now. There's going to be a lot of self-reflection. That's the key to this podcast is I still believe we're a team that can win the Stanley Cup. I still believe that. But last night's performance is either going to do one of two things. It's going to make it difficult down the stretch, or we're going to get past adversity and do better. And honestly, my other favorite team in the whole wide world, I'm an Ohio State Buckeye fan, and I think that they could take a playbook from Coach Day when he talked about adversity does one of two things. It strengthens you or destroys you. And right now, this was an adverse moment. And what are we going to do about it? I thought I was going to come on here and cry. And last night, that's why I waited to do the podcast, because I needed to process my feelings. This team means an awful lot to me. You know, I get my spirituality from sports. I love it, the highs and the lows. There's a sanctuary in it for me. That may or not make sense to a lot of folks, but there's something about what sports do for me. And yes, maybe I take it a little more personal than most people, but I love them. And especially hockey, and especially the Dallas Stars. Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Go Stars. Enjoy your weekend. And hopefully come to Denver tomorrow. It's an afternoon game. It's like 3 o'clock. We'll have talked about this, worked through this, and come out and play better. Go Stars.